Namaste, Jai Kali, Jai Mahadev, Jai Bharat. I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. Remember, if you're fit and fine, you can take better care of your loved ones. So today I'm going to talk about stress, anger, and how we can manage it properly or keep it under control or deal with it and feel good and not feel miserable. So first thing we need to understand is that there are two kinds of stressors that relate to stress, and these two stresses are, or rather you can say in simple terms, there are two kinds of stress. One is which is a long-term stress that goes on, and the other one is environmental issues that cause that amount of stress inside of a person. So the long-term stressors include grief and chronic illness. So grief and chronic illness can cause stress for a longer period of time. And then we come to the environmental stressors. Now, the environmental stressors are somewhat like constant noise during work or sleep that irritates you, that nags you. Then hot and cold temperature at workplace. I mean, you're not comfortable. Either it's too chilly, either it's too hot. You're just not comfortable. The temperature is not right for you to focus. Feeling underappreciated at work. So when you're working and you're not you feel very underappreciated, people are not appreciating your efforts, or they are just looking down upon you. And also not having enough finances on long-term basis. So I mean, like, financial reasons and financial inadequateness or inability can also be a factor of stress. And apart from that, I mean, I would say finances can lead to a long-term basis. I mean, finance issues can lead to, we can even look at it in a long-term stressor way. I mean, like, it can give a long-term stress, not just short-term stress. And also being happy in personal life. Being happy in personal life is very essential. So if you're not happy in your personal life, you're not happy being yourself, if you're not happy being in your family, if you don't have those motivation and emotional support in family and maybe from your partner, then that could also cause, that could also act as an environmental, stressor, and that can also, cause stress. So I mean, like, these things cannot be denied, and these things does influence. But often there are cases where people don't even know that they are suffering from stress. They think it's just pressure or something has happened. They're just unaware. People are unaware of depression. People are unaware of anxiety and stress. They somewhat know that they are not feeling okay, but they really don't know what is happening to them. And maybe it could be because of denial, it could be because of less information, or it could be because they're just unaware of these things. I mean, it could be, and there could be any factor to it. So now, coming on to how we can manage stress and anger. See, we all know somewhat what depression, stress, anger, and all of these things are. Somewhat in today's time, with the help of internet, with the help of Google, and with the help of all of these things in social media, we are somewhat aware what, stress, anger, and depression is all about. So let us understand simple ways. Say, I'm not going to get into complicated ways, or I'm not going to get into medication part. I mean, like, that is not my department, but let me tell you, simple and the easiest ways that you can somewhat manage stress and anger. First thing is, learn deep breathing technique. At least for a minute to start off with. Just fill in your lungs, hold it for 2-3 seconds, then release it, then hold it for a few seconds, and just go on. For a minute, start off, it really helps. The second one is, engaging into regular exercise. Now, let me tell you, there are a lot of research that shows that regular exercise really results, or rather helps the individual to be in more control emotionally, and in a lot of ways, the person who does exercise regularly is more in charge, or has his or her anger and emotions in better control. So yes, I mean, like exercise not only mobilizes and stimulates your different body parts and organs and improves the blood circulation, but it also helps the brain release a lot of these chemicals, which is very good for you to feel good and happy, and that is very essential. If there is a disbalance, see, I mean, there are a lot of factors. If there is disbalance of these chemicals inside of your body, you are going to feel stressed, you are going to feel very depressed, and you will be very negatively tuned. So in order to let those chemicals release in your brain and in your body, you need to work out is very essential. And so that is the reason I always advise to whoever comes for any consultation that incorporate regular workout routine in your life, and trust me, it really helps. The next thing that the person can look into is to start eating healthy. I know a lot of people say we eat ghar ka khana, we eat healthy. No, over fried food, overcooked foods are rubbish, they are absolute garbage. And a lot of these Indian foods that we have on the menu of all these bhujiyas and all that, it is all burnt. There is nothing nutritious or healthy in it. Steamed food, a little sautéed food, not absolutely fried food. That is just evil. So I mean, like, avoid overly cooked food, avoid oily food, avoid junk food, avoid all of these foods, and also avoid destructive habits like alcohol addiction or any substance abuse. You need to avoid that. If you can't avoid, you can't really have a good balanced you know level of chemicals inside of your brain, and you're bound to feel stressed and depressed. So I mean, like, for some while it's fine, but if it stays on a daily basis, if it stays more than 2 weeks, then it's an illness. So yes, eat healthy, regular exercise, and learn the breathing techniques. These were the three simple things that you can first look into. After that, what you can do is that start writing about your emotion. That is also proven to help release a lot of this build up inside ourselves. So I mean, like, if ever you feel happy, or if ever you feel sad, or if ever you feel in a certain way, write it down how you feel, put a date to it and write it down. Trust me, it's always good to make a journal of it, and once you're over, or once you're through that phase, you can always look back and reflect and see how you felt and what you did. So now, I mean, in present, when you look at it, you would be able to understand and evaluate how you need to map out your course of action, and how you need not to behave and feel, and how you need to feel. So I mean, a lot of things, a lot of these reflecting work that you can do, I mean, by keeping a record of how you feel and about your emotions. The next one is try and get into, I mean, like, this is the simplest three ones I've already mentioned to look into. And now a little more than that is get into meditation, get into yoga, tai chi, some kinds of craft, gardening. Trust me, it really helps. Cooking classes, or if you like cooking, do, but just don't do the regular chore cooking, cook something interesting. I mean, do something that you like. I had always been saying, if you do something that you love, it really relaxes you and helps you. So try and do that. And apart from that, it sounds very difficult what I'm about to say, but it's easy at the same time. Learn to focus on the positives. I know sometimes it gets difficult. Our mind is just clouded with all the negativity and all that stress and anger and emotions, heightened emotions happening in our head. So how you can focus on positivity, and it is the easiest way to focus on positivity immediately. If you're feeling miserable, if you're feeling some build up, or if you're feeling not right, depressed or stressed, or if you're having some anger problem, just close your eyes and think of the three best things that you have now. So for example, if I close my eyes now, and I can feel good about the three immediate things that is coming in my mind is the roof on top. I have a house where I can stay and be safe. I have got access to good food, and I have got access to clean water, and I'm feeling good, and I am really happy for having access to all these three things. So now do you understand how easy it is if you want to do? So these are the three simple things that came into my mind, and I feel good about it. People do lack it and people do suffer. Some of the people are not so fortunate. They don't have it and they suffer. So I feel good. I have access to these three things. So it is very easy to, find the positive things around you in the close proximity to feel good about. So hold that picture in your mind, the three things, the positive things, and just keep visualizing it for some time, maybe 2-3 minutes. And that's it. It's going to shift how you feel. It's going to immediately bring about a change in how you feel. So yes, I mean, this was a short little video on how to manage your anger and stress and how to cope up with it. Try the solution that I have suggested. I mean, like breathing, good eating, and workout. These three are basic you have to get into if you want to manage. And the later ones, So please do like, share, subscribe the channel. And in case if you want to get in touch with me, you can get in touch with me through my mail. And if you have any issues related to stress or anger, and if you have found out some easy ways that you would want to add up, you can comment below. And please, till then, take care of yourself. Bye.